Hey guys, it's Thursday, January 20th, and I thought I'd do another video blog here. Even though we're still about a month and a half away from Selection Sunday, I thought we'd look ahead and kind of look at some of the number one seeds and some big games on Saturday that can impact the tournament here in March. So Joe Lenardi came out with a bracketology earlier in the week, and his four number one seeds are kind of the four teams that have pulled themselves away, I think, from all those other 2 and 3 seeds. Right now, you've got Kansas, Duke, Pittsburgh, and Ohio State as your four number one seeds. All those teams seem poised to win their conference. Those are the four best conferences in college basketball right now. So I think those four teams are your clear number one seeds. Your two seeds are Syracuse and Connecticut, two teams that are going to try to challenge Pittsburgh atop the Big East, and then your other two seeds are out in the Mountain West, San Diego State, BYU. Speaking of those teams, you got a big game on Wednesday in Provo. San Diego State and BYU. One of those teams is going to be a 2 seed out west. I think the other team will probably fall to a 3 seed. I think if one of those teams runs the table, they have an outside shot at getting a 1 seed. But most likely, we're going to see those teams as a 2 and a 3 seed in the tournament. Jimmer Fredette is atop pretty much everybody's National Player of the Year race, along with Kemba Walker and Jared Solinger. Just can shoot it lights out. He had 47 points the other night, shooting it over 40% from three. And this is a BYU team who has been there prior. They've had chances in the tournament. I believe 2 years ago they played Texas A&M in the first round. They lost, and last year they played Florida in the first round. They were able to beat them. Then they lost to Kansas State in the second round. But Jimmer Fredette, Jackson Emery are two big time guards, two big time scorers. And whereas BYU's got the guards, San Diego State's got kind of the big guys. Malcolm Leonard, Quali Leonard are two post players that you usually don't see at a mid-major type level. So contrasting styles on Wednesday night. The winner obviously is a front runner to win that Mountain West Conference and probably also to get a number 2 seed. Some big games coming up on Saturday. Let's start off in West Lafayette. Two teams that desperately need a big win. Michigan State, Purdue. College game day will be there. Purdue right now is kind of struggling. They really haven't played a schedule. They haven't lost anybody. Richmond lost is obviously the big one on the schedule, but at Minnesota, at West Virginia, they just couldn't make enough plays down the stretch to win those games. They need a marquee win. 10 of their last 12 are against ranked teams, or 9 of their last 12 are against ranked teams. They play Iowa once and Indiana twice, but besides that, they're going to have a lot of chances against ranked teams. Got to control your home court, and if they want to challenge Ohio State atop the Big Ten Conference, they need this win. Michigan State, I believe they have an RPI of 5, but again, they've lost at Illinois, at Penn State. Wisconsin probably should have beat them at home. So this is a team that all the talent in the world, Kalen Lucas, Terrell Summers, two All-American candidates at the start of the year, need to step up and need to start playing like those candidates that they are. Big 12 Conference, Texas and Kansas, two teams that have kind of moved themselves to the top of that conference. Kansas, a big weekend down there. They won at Baylor on big Monday. The Morris brothers were unbelievable. Josh Selby is still trying to find his niche in that offense, but Tyshawn Taylor, Brady Morningstar, Tyrell Reed are veteran guards for Bill Self, and this is a team that's squarely on that one line in terms of 1 seeds. But Texas is right there. They got a lot of talent. They got the Canadian duo as freshmen and Tristan Thompson and Corey Joseph. And then Jordan Hamilton, one of the most underrated players in the nation at times. It's been questioned, how hard does he play? But he's a 6'8" guy, inside outside guy who can score. And they destroyed Texas A&M on a Wednesday night. They're going to go into Lawrence on Saturday. It's going to be a big game to decide pretty much the future of the Big 12 for the rest of the season. Now moving over to the East Coast, Villanova is going to travel up to Syracuse. Both these teams, along with UConn, are kind of on that second tier in the Big East, kind of challenging Pittsburgh atop. Villanova's got great guards. They're going to be able to penetrate that zone. Malik Waynes, Corey Fisher, going to kick it out to shooters like Corey Stokes, Dominic Cheek. So Villanova's got the guards. Syracuse on Monday night, one of the wildest college basketball games that I've ever seen, falling down 19-0 to Pittsburgh, roaring back with a 17-0 run. But without Chris Joseph, a lot of those freshmen have to step up. Scoop Hardeen is kind of trying to take over as that marquee guy without Joseph, but playing on their home court in that 2-3 zone if they can pack it in. And Rick Jackson should have a big day down low because Villanova's big guys. If they get in foul trouble, they can have some trouble. Staying in the Big East Conference, you got Tennessee coming into the Big East to play UConn on Saturday. Bruce Pearl can coach this game. He was suspended for 8 SEC games, but he can travel to stores for this game. And UConn, Kemba Walker's done it all. We saw him on Monday night hitting the big shot to beat Villanova. He's going to be guarded by Melvin Goins. Melvin Goins is going to have to be in his face all game long. And Tennessee, which Tennessee team are we going to see show up? They got the #1 strength of schedule in the nation. They have 5 wins over top 50 RPI wins, but they also have 5 losses against teams that are 70 or higher in the RPI. Right now, I think they were 10 seed in Joe Lunardi's latest bracket, but that's a team that you don't want to see on Selection Sunday. But then again, they might not even see their own name. It's one of those teams that you don't even know if they're going to make the tournament or not. They need a big road win to solidify that resume. Lastly, you got Ohio State traveling to Assembly Hall, take on Illinois. Really, their first test as #1 team in the nation. Illinois' got great depth, and Jared Solinger is going to see some length in that front court. Mike Tisdale, Mike Davis are 2 long guys. Davis is a shot blocker, very athletic. It'll be interesting to see how Bruce Weber chooses to guard Solinger. I think he could guard him man on man, but again, Solinger could have a field day down low. Ohio State, big test for them, #1 team in the nation. They beat Iowa and Penn State earlier this week, but at Illinois will be their first true test. So that's it for this week's video post. If you guys have any comments, feel free to post them on the website. Thanks.